Have you ever experienced the sting of betrayal from someone you trusted? What would you do if you discovered your partner hid anything from you? That's precisely what happened to me. One day, I found my wife secretly emailed a coworker recording. It shattered me. So I did what I needed to do. I sent her divorce papers. Here's how it all happened. But before we begin, be sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and your support means everything to me. We, male 30 and female 32, have been together for 7 years, married for 5, and have 2 children. Things have gone up and down over the years, but our lows have not been enough to end the marriage. Things have been pretty tricky in recent months with lots of bickering, disputing, and fighting. Fights escalated into yelling and name-calling, and I packed my belongings and slept in my car. We have been on different pages for almost the entire year. I noticed a shift in her conduct over the summer. She was spending more time away from home, taking hours-long smoking breaks. She claimed she was listening to music, speaking with family, and simply getting away from the hectic part of our lives with our children. I understood because I know how hard it can be to deal with family turmoil. However, it got excessive, to the point where I felt lonely since she was rarely present. The turning point came on Halloween when we took the kids out trick-or-treating. She received a phone call about which she was acting suspiciously. She moved away from us to respond, and her body language revealed that she was attempting to conceal who she was speaking with and what they were discussing. I took a mental note of it, and we ended the night. I awoke the following day and checked her phone to ensure I wasn't just assuming things. There was no record of her receiving a call when we were out. Weird. I looked at her photographs and noticed she had a screenshot of herself talking to an unsaved phone number, as well as many instances of it. I checked her texts and nothing was there, but the deleted screenshot revealed that she was messaging the person. I called the number, posing as someone he knew, and he told me everything. He said he knew her, worked at the same place, and would hang out with her. After revealing that I was her husband, I got into it with him, but I kept it brief because my quarrel was with him, not him. So I returned home and confronted her. I gave her the chance to inform me, but she did not. So I told her what I knew and showed her what I had on her. She then explained that when missing for hours, she would meet him at work and smoke, drink, and listen to music. She claims they never got physical, and she simply enjoyed his company. It's difficult for me to accept this because throughout the chat, she admitted to giving him naked movies in the shower, which I discovered in her deleted recordings. I contacted a divorce lawyer to discuss my choices and have a strategy session. I do not want a divorce. I want to reconcile. I am trying to figure out what to anticipate or how to go past this. I feel terrible. My self-esteem is shattered, and my confidence has plummeted. She quit her job, banned his phone number, expressed regret, and stated her desire to continue our marriage. That influenced my decision to stay because I can see that her character hasn't always been this way, so perhaps it was simply a challenging moment. There is no justification, but I believe in second chances because I have messed up in previous relationships and been given another chance. I have another meeting with my lawyer this week. I am considering signing a postnuptial agreement if I decide to stay. If not, I'll divorce and focus on self-healing. I can't picture what life will be like now that I know what I know. In addition, she has followed all of my requests, including full phone transparency, location sharing, banning and erasing his phone number, and no social media. This is strange because I'm not the type of man who wants to play a jail warden. My wonderful, trusting marriage has ended, so perhaps divorce is better. As you can expect, my head is jumbled, and I'm still determining which option is best. I appreciate myself more. I handed her divorce papers. This marriage is over. I can't go through life continuously second-guessing everything. I immediately calmed the mind devils. Even though the divorce process is arduous, I finally feel free. I've been going wild for the past few days and suddenly discovered what I want. I want to get divorced and focus on self-healing. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I can't imagine my life being much better with her. I can't see the future anymore. I can't even trust her. I can't be enough for her, so I'll be alone. It's a significant deal breaker, and I intend to stick to my decision. I served her divorce papers today. She can leave and be happy. Nobody deserves to live in a never-ending loop of doubt and second-guessing. What counts is that I regained control of my life and found peace of mind. Letting go of a marriage might be painful, but in my situation, it's not about losing a spouse. It's about discovering myself again. She dug her grave and now she has to lie in it.
Second story. I, female, 26, discovered my boyfriend, male, 25, cheating on me today. I had work this morning, and I wasn't feeling great. I didn't get much sleep, but I needed to go to work. I kissed my partner goodbye and headed to work. I remained there for about 2 hours, still not feeling well, and discovered I had a minor fever. My manager told me I could go home early and recuperate. Usually, I would just get through the day and not leave, but I was scheduled to work overtime this week, so I decided to accept the offer and leave early. I texted my boyfriend to let him know I was coming home, but he sleeps during the day, so he has not received the message. When I went home, the first thing I saw in front of the door were shoes that weren't mine or his, but definitely belonged to another woman. My heart sank as I realized just what this meant. I couldn't hear anything from the living room, so I called my boyfriend to tell him I'd arrived home and noticed the shoes on the floor. Of course, he did not respond. I did this to prevent seeing them together. It took me a minute, but I mustered to enter my room and confront them. They were both lying in my bed, naked and asleep. I mean, this stuff seems like it came from a movie. I woke him awake and he didn't say anything, move, or do anything but lay there. "I don't know who you are, but can you please leave?" I asked the naked female on my bed. Then I walked out of the room to let her get dressed. As she left, she apologized to me. I told her she didn't need to apologize since she wasn't in the wrong and owed me nothing at the end of the day. I approached my partner and he was utterly speechless. I forced him to talk to me and give me answers like, "What the actual fuck?" He stated it had been going on for the past 2 months, and the reason was that we only had sex once or twice a week, which wasn't enough for him. He then tried to lie to me and claim they didn't do anything, and at this point, I was shouting because, how stupid does he think I am? They were literally butt naked. I told him it was over and said everything I felt, including my disbelief. Our 10th anniversary was in 2 weeks, and while I'm glad I found out before then, I detest how I had to find out. We spent so many years together and lived together for years, and he couldn't even do me the benefit of simply leaving me. What's crazy is that I've suspected for a while that he was cheating on me. People say you simply know and have a gut feeling, but I never believed it was true. How did you just know? But some clues made me think he was. He would have glitter on his face and claim that his coworker was wearing glitter, which got on him. He always drove to the beach, but I noticed his location needed to be corrected and he claimed to be at a gas station or whatever. When I challenged him about it, he would simply lie and say he wasn't cheating and would never cheat. But a part of me simply didn't believe him. My mind is completely blown. He treated me to flowers yesterday and took me on a date. I get that male cheating isn't always an emotional thing and that it's simply sex for him, but what the fuck? He thought he could get away with it because we were about to celebrate our 10th anniversary together. To summarize, I am incredibly heartbroken and am still absorbing what has happened. I tossed him out and sent him away to process my emotions. I will pack up all of his belongings for now and attempt to get some rest because I'm sick. My long-term goal is to try to rediscover myself after losing 10 years to him. Walking in and seeing that in my own bed was like a punch in the stomach, especially after giving this person 10 years of my life. As for his excuses, once or twice a week isn't enough. He must address them maturely rather than looking elsewhere. If his first thought when there was a minor problem was to cheat, he was never as dedicated to me as I was to him. Third story. My ex-partner attempted to cheat me. It didn't work out for him, however. After a while, my ex would sleep with his phone in his pocket. A strange red sign, but I never said anything. When he refused to pull out his phone in front of me, I realized something was wrong. One night, it slid out of his sweat and landed near my leg when I woke up. I was going to just put it on the charger, but then I noticed he had a lot of notifications and messages from a dating app. Man, I wanted to slap him awake, but I did not. So, with her permission, I made a profile using images of a buddy I'd never met. She was definitely his type. I knew he liked blue eyes. When we matched, as I expected, we started conversing. We communicated for approximately a week before I suggested getting together. Flirting and sexual stuff. He explained to her, me, that he was unmarried and lived with a buddy. I suggested he pay for a hotel room to hook up, and he agreed. We chose a spot. Mind you, I paid for everything because he had lost his job. Over a year, he used manipulation to deplete my savings account. We're family. We take care of each other when we're in tough spots, he'd say anytime I informed him I didn't have any money. I paid off my student loans, expenses for my one-bedroom apartment, and the groceries. This youngster dared to approach me for money in person for his mother's birthday, claiming he wanted to get her something pleasant. So I handed him $50 since it was amusing. I vividly remember his smile at the time. That weekend, he left, stating he was going to his mother's and would probably stay the night. I kissed him goodbye and wished him a great time. Then I packed his belongings and placed them outside. I reside in a city in the United States, so it passed quickly. I had the locks replaced. He messaged me several times using the app. I told him I was running late because I wanted to look my best, but was on my way. My friend also sent me some steamy photos to email him that didn't show her entire face. She's a real one. I even convinced him to jerk off and email me a video. Then, after forcing him to sit until around 1 a.m., I messaged him on the dating app with a photo of his belongings being rummaged through by a homeless man and told him to enjoy his stay at the hotel. When my phone rang, I blocked his number and went to bed. He was outside my door on Monday when I got home from work, nasty, crying, and pleading, telling me he was homeless and had nowhere to go. I was not having it. He became enraged, as usual. When he began grabbing and attempting to enter my apartment, I phoned the cops. I filed for a restraining order since he threatened my life and my pets for kicking him out. I discovered that he had moved a few hours away, where he had his own family and a job. Hopefully he learned. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the tale and want to hear more like it, please give this video a thumbs up and leave your opinions in the comments section. If you still need to, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to take advantage of our latest uploads.